Hello, hello friend, it's Tonton, and in today's video we're gonna talk about the Labyrinth. It's time to update the guide. And we will talk mostly about like how to play, you know, how to play effectively. I'll just go through the levels and the days because that's gonna be important, but everything else I'm not gonna explain. You have the rules in the game. I made another video a long time ago to explain a bit more how it works, but today we will focus mostly about the ratio you should use per level and the shop and what you get in the shop so you can get the best rankings and you can do the best, you know, in this event, get the most of the reward because it's a, you know, weekly event, permanent event, so you can get a lot from it, and clearing a few extra level might mean a few more rewards. So just to cover the real basic quick, on Monday and Tuesday you have Land of the Brave, which is hero gear, and something else which I forgot, but it's all about heroes. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday you have Cave of Monster and Glowstone Mine. So this one is about pets, you can see it here, and this one is about Chief Charms. Then Friday, Saturday you have the next two ones, which are about your research and your War Academy. For the Earth Lab on the left, and for the one on the right, which is right here, you have the Dark Forge, which is about your chief gear. So they will be available. They are in the mist right now, but they will be available later. And on the last day, on Sunday, which is only available one day, you have Gaia's Heart. The way it works is on Land of the Brave and Gaia's Heart, you have 3 march. So if you look at here, you have to set up 3 march and you have to choose. On the other ones, you just have a march and there is no heroes. So you just have to choose your ratio of troop, and that's where the, you know, most of the strategy comes from, is actually choosing the ratios of troops, except for Land of the Brave and Gaia's Heart. So if I want to start and to give you like the most value quickly, we will talk about troop ratio. Here in the middle, except Land of the Brave and except Gaia's Heart, so for Cave of Monster, for Glowstone Mine, for Earth Lab and for Dark Forge, you want to have, there is a simple ratio that works as good as this dedicated special one for this level that I found. For me, it's 45, 10, 45. It's not even a ratio you have to use with Mia. It just works, you know, as good as everything else that I could find. I'll give you the other one that some people suggest that are more tailored toward the, you know, the opponents, basically based on the troop ratio and the stats of these levels. People are trying to find the best ratio to counter. In my experience, it's not working better for me. But something to note is we got Labyrinth very late. I forgot if it were Gen 6 or something like that. So maybe for you, if you're a lot earlier and if you are not as strong, if that makes sense, or you don't have as much choice of heroes, maybe these ratios are actually working for you, but they never work really for me better. But as well, you know, we got Labyrinth. We were already very well developed and very strong in the game. So I'll just show you. They are right here. You can see on the Discord. So there are 2 different ones. One is from a YouTuber that's called Black Ted. I forgot what he does, if it's German or Turkish. But you see, like they give a ratio for Land of the Brave and Gaia's Heart, but we have far better strategies nowadays, so I remove them. I just got the ratio they shared in their content, so hopefully it's up to date. If it's not, they are having other recommendations nowadays, let me know. But Black Ted is suggesting Cave of Monster 55, 15, 30. Glowstone Mine is suggesting 50, 15, 35. Earth Lab is suggesting 60, 15, 25. And Dark Forge is suggesting 45, 20, 35 or 40, 20, 40. Right? And you can see it's always little lancers and quite a bit more infantry and marksmen, and it's a bit of a different ratio. Just in case you are new to the game, when we say 55, 15, 30, it's 55% of infantry, it's 15% of lancers, and it's 30% of marksmen. It's always that order. Infantry, lancers, marksmen. That's always that order. There is someone else that I forgot to note where it was from, but that was suggesting slightly different ratios. I tried both. Again, for me, 45, 10, 45 work as best. It happened that some weeks I'm like, okay, this week I'm testing these, and I cleared 1 more level, but it was not clear to me because it was like the first time trying this week that, you know, sometimes you get small increase with event and stuff, and sometimes you clear 1 more level even with 45, 10, 45. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But let me know in the comments if you are like different generation and if this works a lot better for you. But he's suggesting for Cave of Monster 55, 10, 25. Glowing Mine is 55, 10, 35. Earth Lab is 55, 10, 25. And Dark Forge is 55, 10, 35. So they are very close. You know, often if you look at them, if you compared, you know, these is like, okay, they remove 5 infantry and they put them into lancers. And they find that it works a bit better. So They are more or less the same. These are that's why I'm sharing them. They are very much aligned, and you know, they are kind of in the same vein of the 45, 10, 45. But if you want to go, you know, simple, 45, 10, 45. I have yet to have feedback of whales or spender that are like really building their march to be 60, 40, 0. And I don't have feedback on that. So if you are like a, you know, medium to big spender and you are really like your charms are more for your lancers and things like that, and you're doing 60, 40, I'm really curious if it works. I put it in my written guide that you might want to try it, but I'm not sure because I've yet to see people do it. So then for the other events, so for Land of the Brave and for Gaia's Heart, there is a special strategy that is actually very smart. It was made by someone in the alliance of one of my viewers, so I don't know exactly who to give credit to. I did not come up with it, but I'll explain why it works. The first march that you get, you will want to leverage the strategy that is 60-40. And how do you do that? You want to do that with heroes that scale very well with 60-40. So you will want your best infantry and your best lancers for that. And for your marksmen, you will want one that scale very well with 60-40. So at the beginning, if you are already at the beginning of the game, you might have Alonso Gen 2, but he's not that good. But if you're Gen 2, you can use Alonso. Gen 3, Greg is amazing. Greg is really, really good. So here it's like my state 6 account. It's not a complete account. It's not, you know, it's just a test account that I have to, you know, when they release new game modes on the first 100 states, I have an account on that state so I can try it before it reaches, you know, state Southern, which is nearly where I play. So it's just a test account that's not very developed. So I don't have all the heroes and all the level, but you get the idea. So you will want Greg, because Greg is scaling very well if you look at his, and I'll talk a bit about that in a sec, but that's really important to understand because most people don't get that strategy. What happened for Labyrinth is the expedition skills, right? And when you use lancers and infantry, you scale all the stats. You know, infantry is doing a bit of damage, so you scale a bit attack and lethality, but you scale a lot health and defense because they are taking damage. And then lancers, they do the damage, most of it, but they still scale with health and defense as well. So you want a hero that boosts all of that. And Greg is boosting enemy damage down, so it's reducing the damage they take. He's as well increasing health, which is very good, and he's increasing damage, right? So that's really, really good. And because you are not using any marksman, you don't care about the stats he's sharing. You don't care about these percentages of attack and defense. You don't care about the hero gear he has. You can have him naked with no hero gear and it's not really gonna make a difference. It seems to make a tiny bit from feedback I got from people, but it makes little sense to me because you don't have any marksman in your march. So there is Greg. So, you know, if you're Gen 1, you can use Baiti, for example, that's gonna be okay. Then you can use Alonso. Then you will keep Greg for up to Gen 7 if you have Greg at least 4 stars and his skills that are expedition level 5. The other one you will get eventually is, I'm trying to find her and I don't know where she is because my account is not fully developed, as you can see. This one, it's Lynn. Lynn is not as good as Greg, but she's boosting, you know, damage up, she's boosting enemy damage down, and she's boosting attack up for 3 turns, right? So that's your second option, and that's everyone should get Lynn because she's Lucky Will and Gen 4. So when you are Gen 4, you should have some level of Lucky, you know, of Lynn, and she should be 4 stars and skills level 5. So that will be really important. Then when you are Gen 7, I mean, I would not use him Gen 7. I will actually use him later, but Bradley is amazing for 60-40 as well. The only thing is that Bradley is amazing for your solo march as well. So I will use Bradley for my solo march until Gen 9 or 10. And when you replace Bradley, or even Gen 8 if you get Hendrik, so when you replace Bradley in your solo march because you have a stronger one, then you put your Bradley in your 60-40. But until then, you put Greg or Lynn, and then you put Bradley in your own march. And I cannot show you all heroes because I don't have all the combination, but I'll show you what I can, and you know, hopefully you can follow while we speak. So that's gonna be this one. So the first march, best infantry, best lancer, Greg, Lynn, Bradley. And I don't know beyond Gen 10 because I'm not beyond Gen 10. So if you are beyond Gen 10, you know, just let us know in the comment. Your second march, you're gonna leverage Mia. And I just unlocked her for the video, which, you know, I got lucky with her. So let's put her here, even if she's weak. And you will want to use your second best. You will want to use your best marksman because the first one was Greg. So you still have your best marksman and your second best infantry. You know, in my case, it's Edis, but whatever you have. And here, the ratio you want is a bit special, is 54, 3, and everything else in marksman. For 43. The way we use, like, Mia is one, I'm not gonna show you the skill, it's gonna make the video too long, but overall Mia is one of the Lancer hero that's boosting all the troops. So you don't really need Lancers in a Mia's March, and you see that people using in Rally, they use, you know, 50-0-50 or 49-49 and something like that, right? So you use no Lancers, but you use Mia, and that will still work, or use very little, a few percentages, right? So in that case, you want your best infantry, second best infantry, best marksman, and Mia. And what we are doing is, like, because most of us, we don't have 9 very strong heroes, and we don't have 9 very strong set of hero gear. If you're a big whale, you might, but if you're not a big whale, you know, you don't. Like even myself, after 2 years, I don't. So we are leveraging like early gen heroes. Mia is Gen 3, Greg is Gen 3, that are scaling very well with the troops, that allows you to play a hero without gear. So out of the 9 heroes, we have 2 heroes that give you a very, very good march, that scale very, very well with the troops, and that on top of that do not need gear or very high, you know, star level. They just need to be 4 star. 3 star it works as well. 3 stars and skill level 4 it works. 4 star skill level 5 is a lot better. And then your last march, you will do the classic and the traditional 30, 20, 50, 50, 20, 30 on the other way around, right? To put it right order, you will put the best heroes you have left, and that's gonna be your setup. So here you only have 7 heroes that need to be the best possible, right? So that's all, and you have 2 marches that are very strong. And if you never done that, you will clear between, I've seen people clearing up to 30 levels. If you clear up with to 30 level with that, it means that you used to have a very bad strategy before. That's what it means. if you clear 5, 10, 15 levels, that's the average that people are clearing with that strategy. So around 10 and 15 extra levels. So, you know, that's not my main account. So, you know, the result, it does not really matter. I did not play this account for months, so I could be winning, losing. It does not matter, right? The zeros are not leveled up, but you get the idea. That's how you should do the line. And if it was a properly set account, you will be able to do 10, 15 level, and I've seen people doing up to 30. So that's what you will want to do up to, for Land of the Brave, so Monday and Tuesday, and then on Sunday. And that will work wonder, that the best strategies I've seen, and it's very logical. When you understand how Greg works with 60-40, when you understand how Mia's work with 50-0-50, when you understand that you don't have 9 heroes with good gear, that makes a lot of sense, and that's so much more powerful. Then the other day, you place 45, 10, 45, and that's it. You know, you get a very, very good base. I'll put that in the description as well, but if you want to. So you can go to my Discord and you have all the link. I've just redone the guide, the written guide for the Labyrinth. So you have a very quick overview for beginners, in case you just unlock it or you want to share that with your alliance without going into too much details. Then you have the ratio. So you have my troop ratio I suggest, and you have the troop ratio of other content creator that, you know, are alternative in case they work for you. Again, they do not work for me, but again, we got it very late, so maybe because you got it sooner. And then there is a small part about the shop, and that's what we're gonna talk about now. So like you have the right troop ratio to clear, you will be able to to do it every week, and you will get a lot of reward. If you have questions about other part of the event, please let me know in the comments, but it's very simple. So the priority I'm doing myself, and if you follow the stream, you've seen me doing it quite a few times, I guess, but I usually go for Mithril, and I will suggest it for most people. At some point you will be able to use Mithril, and that will be what preventing you to progress your hero gear. That's really important. So I'll always go for Mithril. The next 2 things I'm considering is lucky hero gear. Because what I care the most is progressing my hero gear after fire crystals. So you cannot take fire crystals here. So what you will do is whatever is progressing your hero gear. So it's Mithril, lucky hero chest, and then the DXP component. The lucky hero chest as well give you a chance to get these, which, for anyone that is at the stage of the game I am in, it's one of the things you need the most is mythic gear to progress with Mithril and to progress with essence stones. And these are very hard to get, so you get a tiny bit chance to, you get a tiny bit extra. So that's what you can do. Then here you have a bit of a different option. For me, I do charms second, fourth, right? Then I do fire crystal shard. These can be swapped if you want to. If you focus more on T11 and less than shard, then you can do the fire crystal shard. For us, again, we got it very late, so nearly from the beginning we cleared 1300 stage, 1400 stage. I'm now nearly 2700 stage. So everything I'm showing you now I can buy every week, which is not the case for most people, right? If you are not Gen 9 like we are, you might be able to buy a lot less, so you might have choice to make. But my suggestion will be like Mithril, Lucky Hero Gear Chest, and then XP component, and then either if you want to go towards T11, Fire Crystal Shards to progress a bit faster. If you want to get a bit stronger, you do Charms. And lastly, for me, I'm doing Chief Gear materials, and I start to be able to buy the 5 every week as well. So I'm clearing the store of all of these. I'm clearing as well the Fire Crystal Shard. So what's left is the guide, but that's not good. Speed up, it's not really good, unless you are not Furnace 30. If you are not Furnace 30 yet, that could be one way to get for a few weeks. You get the speed up, that will make sense to me. And then the next option is either when, if you clear 1800 floors, 1900 floors because you are later in the game, I'll consider either Island Decoration because these are permanent stats. So you can go for Hero Shard as well if you are lacking a bit and you want a bit more, but that's 5 a week. It's 20 a month. It's very little. I find the Mythic Decoration Shard giving you like permanent stat, permanent increase. So I find that better. So that will be the order from the store that I suggest. It's not a very strict order. You can disagree with it. That's really okay, to be honest. Like if you want to do all-in toward T11 and you want to put the Fire Crystal Shards at the beginning and then you do Mithril, that's really okay as well. It's not like you are wasting, all of these are good, except the guides for most of us, big whales maybe, they couldn't need it. Speed ups make very little sense for most people as well. And I guess Hero Shard make the least sense as well, but that could be debatable at least. Everything else, is good. Yeah, so that's it for today for the guide. Let me know in the comment if it was helpful. Really, that part about Land of the Brave and Gaia's Heart, try it. Trust me, it works. If you have a better strategy, I'm really curious to hear, but we looked a lot, we searched a lot. Me, the view world, I don't think there is any better right now. It might change a bit if you are Gen 13 again, but I'm not there yet, so I'm happy to know about it, to share it with the community, but I cannot use it, test it myself. So, I'll have to take your word for it. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being part of the community as well. Consider joining the community by joining the Discord or subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Cheers.